Laziness isn't exclusively a human flaw. Out in the animal kingdom, you'll find countless couch potatoes content to lounge in the sun all day and munch all their sorrows away. Welcome to Rank Anything! Today, we're ranking the top 10 laziest animals. Let's get started! Number 10. Opossums. Ever heard the phrase playing possum? These nifty animals are incredibly intelligent. When tested, they can even outscore cats, dogs, rabbits, and rats. On a daily basis, however, they lead a more relaxed, indulgent lifestyle. Opossums like wooded areas where they can burrow in tree holes and nests conveniently made by other animals. Nocturnal animals, they sleep the day away and awaken at night to rummage for food. Upon encountering a threat, they live up to the saying by really playing dead, for up to 6 hours. In the face of danger, they fall to neither the flight or fight instinct, but instead flop down, hang their tongue out, and lie perfectly still for hours on end until the predator is sure to have gotten bored and left. Number 9. Echidna. This walking, egg-laying mammal is an anomaly in nature. Also called spiny anteaters, echidnas are the only other mammals that lay eggs, the first being the platypus. Their beauty sleep consists of no less than 12 hours a day. There is an explanation for their behavior, though. Echidnas are native to Australia and New Guinea, fairly smoldering hot areas, especially in the spots where they live. However, these prickly spiny anteaters can't sweat or even pant to cool their bodies down. They also possess extremely slow metabolisms. Their solution? Sleeping the day away and foraging for food at night. The second the sun is up, it's bedtime. Believe it or not, but it's believed that thanks to these lazy habits that they live for so long. Echidnas can live up to 50 years. Number 8. Cuckoo. Few things spell lazy as laying your eggs in other birds' nests so you won't have to raise your own children. Cuckoos have laziness down to an art, as well as bad parenting. They avoid the time and effort-consuming demands of parenthood by targeting another nest, preferably one of a robin or warbler, a dunnock, or a meadow pipit, and hope they won't notice one of the chicks isn't like the others. This strategy actually has a name: brood parasitism. By the time a young cuckoo is out and about, it's 6 times larger than the poor host parent. Nevertheless, the unknowing parent continues feeding them. Once the baby cuckoos are all grown up, the vicious, lazy cycle continues. Number 7. Python. Out of all the snake species, pythons take home the award for being largely inactive. They are nocturnal, but they sleep for 22 to 23 hours throughout the day anyway. The only difference between them and other lazy animals is that pythons split those long hours into phases and periods, so they're not passed out for the majority of the time and wide awake for just a couple of hours. It's a hard-knock life for a python. Everything takes momentous amounts of energy. When they digest food, they require more sleep. When they shred, a very energy-draining process, they sleep for a jaw-dropping week in order to cope. Number 6. Nurse shark. So far as dangerous sharks go, the nurse shark isn't a top concern, especially if you happen to be in the same area as them during one of the many hours they sleep. It's a fairly common fact that sharks never stop swimming, otherwise they wouldn't be able to breathe. Well, for nurse sharks, that just isn't something they're willing to do. Their biology helps them. They are able to actively pump water over their gills. They also don't need to eat that much or migrate like other species do. Their days in the shallow, warm waters of the Atlantic and Eastern Pacific are spent sleeping and huddled in groups under ledges and rocks. Also, as far as hunting strategies go, nurse sharks aren't exactly apex predators. They mostly just suck up their prey. Their nights are spent waiting for easy-to-get prey. Nurse shark diets mostly consist of crustaceans and mollusks. Number 5. Hippopotamus. The big, friendly hippo. Keeping in mind that hippos are actually quite aggressive and quick to anger, is a couch potato. Herbivorous, most of their nights are spent foraging for food. They can spend up to 5 hours grazing on grass. A good 16 to 20 hours a day are spent in dreamland. If you see them on land, they will probably be lounging in the warm sun. Group naps aren't uncommon, neither is napping in the water as well, even though they need oxygen to breathe. Get this, a napping hippo rising to the surface to breathe doesn't need to wake up to do so. It's just a part of the snooze. Number 4. Giant Panda. To no one's surprise, pandas also rank as one of the laziest animals in the animal kingdom. Their slug-like reputation isn't exactly unearned. Pandas need to eat at least 44 pounds of food a day to sustain their lifestyle. Between meals, in 3-hour periods, they sleep for around 10 to 12 hours a day. Their ability to fall asleep nearly everywhere is something to be marveled at. When they are awake, food's the only thing on their mind. Pandas' main food source is bamboo, which is notoriously low on nutrients. As a result, they sleep to make up for it, and then wake up hungry again. It's a hangry cycle, you could say. Number 3. Armadillo. What you're looking at, this barrel-shaped, naturally armored animal, isn't a social creature. In fact, it prefers to spend the majority of its time sleeping. But even if it doesn't want to mate, it will open the doors of its burrows to fellow armadillos for one reason only: to bask in the same spot as each other and share body heat. Number 2. Sloth. Once upon a time, about 11,000 years ago, giant sloths roamed the earth, the size of Christmas trees. Now, we have this less enthusiastic version of them. Even the word sloth has become synonymous with lazy. It's not uncalled for either. Modern sloths sleep for up to 20 hours a day. Not to mention how slow-moving they are. Following a strict strategy of only moving when necessary, they waste the day away by hanging from tree branches. It quite literally takes them hours to move or do anything, which requires more rest afterward. The sluggish speed they move with makes them travel an average of 41 yards per day, less than the length of half a football field. Number 1. Koala. Koalas are nature's sleepiest, coziest, and cuddliest animals in every sense of the word. These Australian marsupials are renowned for their laziness and the surprising way it's helped them survive this long. Koalas are nocturnal and thus are only active at night, mostly. A koala can spend up to 20 hours a day asleep. If they spend less than 4 hours awake, then how do they survive? How do they find food? The answer's all in their unique digestion system. Koalas' diets consist of eucalyptus leaves. In any other animal, the eucalyptus would quite literally poison them, but to koalas, it serves as their main food source and the reason for their sleepiness. It was actually believed that the leaves had a drug-like effect on them, but as it turns out, it takes a dramatic amount of energy to break down the toxic, cyanide-like compound of the leaves. And that's a wrap on the top 10 laziest animals. What do you think of these couch potatoes? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.